Hello, welcome to another stream, which today, very late stream. Sorry, stream. uh, Today's gonna be homestuck. Continuing along with the reading. Reason why I'm late is because Kim meeting finally back in order. Stuff is progressing along. Hopefully, within by the end of the month, should see at least one of the things. But yeah, anyway. Oh, maybe on talk more about that probably at a later time. Not really good time for that today. But Homestuck. Mature themes ahead. Epilepsy warning, and gonna be not quite doing 150 today because I'm starting so late. I'll have to do some of the pages of the 150 tomorrow, which means most likely Yakuza will have to happen on, I think, Wednesday. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna be reading as much as I can in like 3 hours to make sense easier for tomorrow. But anyway, let's begin. I'll be lucky if I'll be insanely lucky if I can get through the 150 today, but I really doubt it. Anyway, there you go. Strider meets Strider. He's pretty forked up, but probably a nice guy once you get to know him. Which one I'm talking about, you ask? Who knows? Get the fork over it. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I'm not sure I can take another second of this. Jeez, Riska, are they really that bad? Who are the Striders? No, they're fine. That's not what I was talking about. There's another problem out there in Paradox Space which I can't stand for. Not another moment. In fact, it makes me shudder just thinking about this lingering flaw which is yet to be rectified. Oh, what is it? Is she referring to Hussey? My ghost is being a fucking loser. And so we leave the cloud and one cloud and enter the spiral once more. I hope I don't sound like too much of a dream bubble novice, but now that we remember we sleep, how do we wake up? Good question. Good question. I have no idea. Excuse me. I mean, not that I haven't had a wonderful time recording our stories here with you, with both of you. But maybe we should return to our friends soon. What if they need our help? Obviously, I've enjoyed your company more than I can say, but you're right. You cannot stay here forever. Your friends need you, so I will wake you up. Wait, you can do that? Oh, okay, I guess that sells that. Before we go, I just want to say, in the case we never get a chance to. What the? Huh? Something is happening. What the hell is going on? Oh, they're falling down the spiral path, down the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. Oh, what the hell? I know this place. Where are we? Is this a denizen place? It's a kidney's lair, or my memory of it at least, yeah. Or possibly someone else's. Jane? And she's woken up. Abra Kafilling Dabra, you silly shoot nerds. My exceedingly strong work as the party's premier bodybuilding hacker is done. Off I go. Jane, you're awake. Roxy, you're alive. You're so you. You were dead last time I saw you, and also because I found you sleeping here, but now you're awake and also alive. Yeah, you were dead too because but now you're, oh God, Roxy, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight when, please forgive me. Oh, Janie, you don't go worry about whatever sad incident that frowns about. That's all water under the bridge from a rally I got no recollection of, and therefore don't matter, by which I mean the rally here, this reality here, so okay, the reality is still kind of relevant because we are literally inside of it at the moment. But I'm new here. I came over to keep being Roxy since the old one died or whatever through hecadebacles. That is quite an explanation. Jeez, I missed you. Come here, you extravagant beach. Wait, what? The hog pile doesn't stop from getting taller. The hog pile, there are more hugs, Rose. I can see the hugs, I don't understand the pile thing. Oh, don't you remember a fine quote from one of Dave's old comics? Yes, vaguely. It's been a long journey, John. It's been a long time since I read Sweet Brian Hard Jeff. Read through the whole thing when it first gave me the chance. I believe one of the most valuable lessons that comes with growing up is gaining the wisdom that gently informs you when it's time to retire meme. But it keeps happening. That's the whole point. It keeps happening. I warned you about the stairs. Yeah, I guess I never earned that handy badge or whatever. I like this though. Every time someone wakes up or pops out of nowhere, it's fun all over again. I feel like I should be playing reunion bingo. Who'll be next? My mind is on the long-awaited and insanely poignant reunion between me and Casey the Salamander. Surely you mean the dear Viceroy Bubbles on Salamander, right? And instead of you mean me. That's when the real tears will flow. What do you think she's up to here? No, she is my beautiful daughter. Something tells me the good Viceroy has been busy. Oh? I sense he's been scheming, plotting, buying his time, accruing dark legions. He was definitely doing something with those skeletons earlier, but we didn't get to see. That sure is a thing that would be dumb if true. Yeah. Hi, Nana. Jane, I mean. Sorry, it's an easy mistake to make because you're my Nana. Oh, real smooth, short John. Hello, a pleasure to meet you, John, or Pop-Pop as I used to know you. Heh, yes, so I heard. You look so young. Thanks, so do you. My Nana used to be ashes on my fireplace. Regained her old womanly visage when I turned her into a sprite, and she helped me along the way. So Nana is a sprite. Did you know that? No. I thought you should know that. She's probably around somewhere. I hope you can meet her. Also, I'm your son, technically. Did you know that? Yes, it's a pretty strange fact, but also pretty cool. Yeah. Hi, Jane, that's my daughter. There, say hi to her. Hi. Hi, John's mom. Oh, short. Also, that's another version of Rose who died, and then I buried in a stupid cat. Unburied her for some reason and prototyped her. So say hello to my cool floaty double daughter. Hi, Roxy's hot double daughter. Rose Prime, I believe you may have just been owned. Goddamn Dave's Kajias ass Freudian bonnets. I feel so out of loop. Sorry if I still seem disoriented from my nap. I suppose it was an impromptu troll coma. Roxy, you'll have to clue me in on what happened here. Where are Dirk and Jake? And for that matter, John, where are your other friends? Oh, Jade, where is she? Is she still asleep? Hey Janie, that is all like a lot of stuff to say, and everything going on here is fairly complicated and heavily people. Don't worry, I'll ease you into comprehending shore again. But okay, cliff notes are Jake forked off somewhere and Dirk recently forked off back here though through a window, but he's left pretty quick. Dave went with Dirk at wherever they're forking off to now, I think to get ready for some sword fighting. And yeah, Jade is still asleep, but a couple of trolls locked her off somewhere safe for now. The rest of the junk I'm still sorting out myself because, like I said, I'm new to this exact plane of shenanigans. Yes, you mentioned that. I still don't know what you mean by wait. You and John came from another alley where everything went horribly right. I just remembered. Really, it's been a roller coaster ride for my memories since I fell asleep. You and John's travels are a critical part of the illustrated story reconstructed through our memories with Callie. What? You saw Callie in your dreams? I did. Oh man, how is she? I saw her in a dream a little while ago and we talked about lots of stuff. She looked like a cool troll and yes, her troll Sona. She had hers on when I saw her. And we had ours on too. Fork! She seemed to be doing well. None of this, of course, since she was hiding, but we passed the time with our stories. It was a lot of fun. I was so happy I got to meet her. I wonder if I'll ever get the chance again. Well, now that you mention it, it's one of my chief objectives to go looking for ASAP and not to be that rogue and brag or heavy, but I may be in better touch with my void powers now. So maybe I'll stand a pretty good chance of tracking her down, 'cause I got something for her. You do? What? Just a little prezzy. Nothing. I don't know what MBD stands for. Anyway. I see. JK is a crucial fucking bling Janie. One priceless digit donut with more carcats than a rabbit too fat for a hole. It's magic too. Wow. Ahem, so you mean a ring then? Yeah, oh man. That's a great idea, Roxy. You should try and give it to her as soon as you can. Then maybe we can all meet her before we ramp up for this battle. Yeah. You think I can do it? Sure. I like your chances too, same. Me too, Roxy. I also have some experience in helping people along in the right direction when it comes to navigating the abyss. Maybe I could assist. The abyss. Oh. Yeah, maybe. I'm pretty sure I have experience performing literally the exact same tasks in a slightly different context, so maybe I can double assist. See, Roxy, everyone thinks you should do it because they all believe in you. That's right. Shucks, Forkers, you're killing me here. Yeah, I'm so happy. Freakers, you silly bastards. What's up? Purr, purr, purr. All humans being so cute again, happy and friendly, purr, purr. It's making me really excited and happy to and making me feel like I want to be a part of everything. Purr, purr, and get close to a nearby person and be happy at them with my body, purr. Jasper's, why are you? I can't help it, Rose. I want a car. I'm feeling so pleased and friendly. Jasper's, no, don't. Uh-oh. I see where this is going. Jasper's, no. What happens when two sprites combine? Jasper's sprite squared. Meow meow. Motherfuckers. Why is everything always so wonderful? Welcome back, Jade. It's the other Calliope. Come toward me. Hi, it's good to see you again. You're kind to believe that. How long has it been? There's no way to measure. Jade, can you wait over here? I will return in a moment. Oh. I've been searching for you. So you have, and I've been waiting. What will it be? Pardon? I don't. Forgive me for faltering, Miss Calliope. I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to ask you something? No, but you may if you wish. In that case, Jay told me you enjoy telling us stories like me. Is that true? I used to. Long ago, I would tell stories to myself for the sake of amusement. Now I only tell them to others when it serves a purpose. Is there a story you would like to hear? Possibly. There's so much to wonder. Why? Why are you here? I mean, in the lair of Echidna. This is where I was killed. Would you like to hear that story? My death was at the very end, of course. When telling a story of the end, where does one begin? At the true beginning or one of the many points between disguised as such. In the story of the end, which events preceding the final moment itself shall be considered extraneous. For me, none were. For you, or it simply demands how long you're willing to listen, and for how long you have. How long do I have? Now that you're here, not long at all. Not long until the end. But the end won't be today. Oh, I would like to listen to as much as possible in whatever amount of time I have, if you please. From the true beginning, then moving swiftly, I began the same as you, vulnerable, weak, but without the comfort of others to whom those of flaws would endear me. So I became strong and killed my brother. I wore him down. I ate his soul. I dressed my words in his blood to bear victory every time I spoke. I consumed his strength too. It was always in me, just as always yours within him. But being strong was not enough. Yeah, and the same thing. Same set of planets. A dead session is impossible. Time challenge. The planets detonate sooner and sooner, one by one. It was a trial designed to be unwinnable. A muse of space could never solve it, but a lord of time could with relentless perseverance. It could only be him. My brother? Yes. I was never meant to rise to the planet he holds because the game was rigged. The game was rigged from the start, tilted in the favor of his aspect. Having gained immortality, I could sit forever in a dead session, or I would seek counsel with the mother of monsters, and that is why you stand in the memory of her lair. Her choice was simple, and I accepted. She mercifully ended my life then and there. Less mercy is what came in exchange. My soul would have to wait here for what felt like a very, very long time. Wait for what? You. Akina told me that you would visit would be my signal, an indication that the first ring around me had uncoiled itself momentarily enough to be navigable. It would mean it was time for me to go and fulfill the rest of my promise to her. So that's what I'll do. I see, and then what about me? What do you mean? I was under the impression I needed to find you, and apparently it was true so that you can leave, but I thought this account might have some purpose for me, that you might let me know how I fit into everything from this moment onward. Your only relevance here and to greater good was to function as my signal. A simple notification as foretold by Echidna that now you're here, I can go. But then what should I do? You don't need to do anything. Be who you become and who I didn't. Consume the fruits of existence I could never understand. Live. Damn. Quite literally live. What the hell? Okay, so the Kaka and Kanaya and Malaya. Man. So you actually understood what she was saying with that ear-splitting malarkey? Yes. Wow, I guess we really did send the right person then. Plus one useless tag along, I guess, to bear witness or something. And probably record the legendary conversation like a scribe and his bench warmer's pen into the hard scroll of the second banana. What? Except I didn't bring my pen or scroll and I don't speak monsters screaming, so my transcript would be like more shrill noises like God playing the edge of a glass inside your think pen. Ma'am continues to nod along. We talked about you. What? You did? What did she say? It was a short conversation. The entire exchange was quite brief and straightforward, actually. No, I kinda got that. Even though I don't have a keen ear for beast trotter, I can still detect when a conversation doesn't last for much time. I mean, did she say what she wanted with me or what she wants me to do? You don't have to do anything, and she didn't want anything with you in particular. She just wanted you here. Okay, well, here I am, Queen Snake satisfied. Yes, she is, apparently. She's probably like, Shouty man, I like you. Shouty one. Cool. Then what did you talk about when my name came up? Now, it's probably not the right time to get too deep into the subject, but it was nothing bad. To the contrary, okay, then what about you? Why did she want to see you, Kanaya? Can you at least tell me something about this maddening exchange? The bottom line is the meeting has served its purpose and Echidna is satisfied. She will release the frog when the time comes. I think Friska was basically right. She wanted to get a look at us to assess our worthiness before she would agree to authorize the conception of our universe. It seemed that we measured up once her questions were answered. What questions? Those pertaining to her universe would be treated once occupied, and where we intend to take that responsibility seriously by following through with the duties we finally task ourselves with by our natural inclinations. I mean, us specifically, you and I. Duties, natural inclinations. What the fuck is she talking about? Natural inclinations, I think, just means some idea that is a point to us that has threaded its way into every moment and decisions of our lives, even when not apparent. The refrain of being, maybe you could call it, a thing that attracts and inspires us and simultaneously weighs on us so heavily we are never sure what to do. For me, it is procreation, I believe. And so does she fighting for the persistence of our people. I guess you could say motherhood. What about me then? I think that's still for you to say. I'm not sure it is really. If I'm hearing you right, worthiness of inheriting this universe hinges on whether I can live up to what my short is about, so to speak. But I don't know what my short is about. I really like to know, actually, considering it sounds like you touched on that subject with her, even if only briefly. That sounds like a conversation I would have benefited from understanding. Really, if there was only one collagenous creature's greed, I like to be able to pass over my lifetime, that was probably it. So you really don't have the slightest sense of what you stand for? Some concept that speaks to you in some way? Or represent ideals important to you? I don't know, blood? Blood? No, not blood, I mean, not really, maybe. Honestly, I don't know what that means or why I said it, except it's the easy answer just because it's my fucking aspect. Well, it's a topic I can get behind. Do you have any? I mean, it seems like the car of Jack's hand was very important, given their race defined by blood. I definitely feel like it'll have something to do with blood. What, you mean aside from a short lot of the stuff I carry around in my veins all the time? No, sorry. Oh, please don't look at my body like that while drawing. Whoops. But really, I don't have a clue what my aspect means, or if it was has any substantive correlation with my short, per whatever Kinner was going on about. Honestly though, when we started playing the game and learning about all the aspect stuff, and it was what I got so excited when I found out about mine. I was like, what blood? Fuck yeah. That's me. That's so boss. I'm boss. So yeah, that checks out. And even though the thing about being a bass was bullshit, it still just felt right, and I think it still does. That's nice. I think it can only be positive to feel a deep affinity for one's aspect, better than being at odds with it. I never felt like I had much to do with space until eventually I somehow came to understand space meant more than just space. Like, not just physical room and dimension for stars to occupy. It's deeper than that. A field related to prognication to ones who create, and those passing a torch, as it were. Space is more than just stars. Space is the spaces in between. I feel like I understand space greatly because it's like the living blue and the void and all that. Yeah, at first I thought blood just meant like something about being a warrior or being completely ruthless to anyone standing in the way of victory. But as time passed, I realized there was probably a lot more to it. I still don't understand. Maybe I never will. But even though I don't have those immature views on being a big shy anymore, I still want to fight. You wanna be a big shot? You do? Yeah, I mean, any old time, like some belligerent asshole, but when everything is on the line and really matters, like now, so maybe I wasn't too far off the part of my aspect. Maybe it does have something to do with like the warrior spirit, sure. Even if your boy and skills can't quite back that up. Could it be? It could be. It could also be. There's more to being a warrior than engaging in physical combat. Hmm. But seriously, I still want to help you make a difference in this battle somehow. I know you do. Look, I completely admit, I'm short. Kaka has matured a lot. I'm the short they reserve for the smelliest toilet when it comes to fighting ability. All the smack talk between me and Frisk about my uselessness. I wasn't even some snappy little farce where we all ride cockats, crouch Badoo for a lively chuckle. It was just some basic boilerplate interlusion that was exactly on that forking level. I'm not a god tier, but you know what? Neither are you, and neither is Terezi. But you're both great and deadly as short. It's no excuse. I've never been any good, and it took me a long time to come to terms with how deluded I was about that. The only reason we ended up winning our game was that everyone else was able to pick up the slack for me. Pretty much all I did was spend a few weeks shouting at everyone. I never told anyone this, but even when I beat my dance, and I'm pretty sure that's only because I got the one reserved for the weakest players, like a special one. You know, how there's that's supposedly rare one that only really strong players get. It has some weird forking name. I'm pretty sure mine was like that, but just the opposite. Really, I never said anything about this because it was too embarrassing, but when I got to him, he was really small, like really small, and he mumbles his choice short, which of course I completely ignore, and seems to know I will. I can hear in his voice he knows I won't care. He can sense my contempt, and he can sense how small and pitiful I feel because he's like all knowing in short. He has factored that in. On some level, I think he understood all this and just made me furious, so I killed him. It was too easy, even for me. It was easy. I remember thinking, what the fuck, after the final blow. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the training dares, and ever since it was just a matter of admitting to myself. Actually, as dumb as it sounds, I still think I'm not comfortable with people knowing that fact. It's still humiliating. Would you not not telling anyone, Kanaya? I'll stay quiet. But yeah, my tragic lameness attribute notwithstanding, I still like to contribute. I know it won't count for much. I might even get in the way of some competent, but it really matters to me to put everything on the line for all the right reasons this time. Not to prove I'm strong or awesome or anything. The opposite, really, to put myself out there knowing perfectly well I'm not. I feel like I have to earn the right to inherit this universe like everyone else. Not just get dragged into lose the fabric of everyone's forking pajamas. It also feels a point to just, I don't know, stand there with my friends. They're risking their lives and they're maybe more supernaturally resilient or whatever, but hey, I should be risking mine too to at least show I'm there with them. And who knows, maybe a moment will present itself where I get to do something important, like nudge someone out of the way of a random flaming forkball just in time, or some other small thing actually within my ability. Maybe I'll die in the process of saving someone more crucial to victory. If that's what it takes to be part of this, then so be it. I'm in. That's why you're our leader, Kaka. I'm not your fucking leader. I think you are now. Even if you're still a bit grumpy. Statements like that also why you are a leader. No, I don't accept that. You have to. What? Why? No, I don't. Look at me. We just established this back on the pad. I'm not the leader anymore. End of story. This isn't what Echidna said. It's part of the deal. What deal? The choice she gave me. It was straightforward, like I said. Seeing us was mostly a formality. She was perfectly willing to release the frog, but there was one small thing I had to agree to first. What? To protect you. In addition to living up to things I supposedly stand for as well, the resurrection of people. But once I did that, she made it clear they needed guidance. She didn't seem happy with the idea of her universe being stricken with another race of lost trolls. Maybe she feels you are the best chance we have at preventing that. Are you fucking joking? Not at the moment. Because he's a special blood. He's supposedly outcast, but maybe that's perfect for the caste system because him being an outcast makes him perfect leader. I'm pretty certain that he becomes general, commander, something like that. Commander General Carcat later or something. I have no idea. There's a lot of stuff I've heard. But some of it's beyond canon and whatnot. Haha, these denizens are full of surprises, aren't they? Okay, cool. Whatever you say, probably a load of short, but deal's a deal. At least protecting me should be pretty easy promise to live up to, right? I hope so. Sure is. When I head out to battle, all you have to do is stick near me and do your best to provide me cover. I think as long as you're giving your best effort, you're technically keeping your end of the bargain. That'd be one way of handling it. Great, so let's get out of this stuffy cave and get psyched for battle. Man, this is going to be great. I can't wait to dust the old cyclical off with one to use the home simulator. Lacking combat stats, hard to say no to a classic. This week and I, don't worry, I'll meet you out there. Once it's all over, huh? Bonk. Oof. KOD. Pat pat. Pleasant dreams, friend. If you can hear me in your dreams, haha. You probably can't. That's our way of protecting him. They're back. At last, an end to this dreadful on recent social pants. What law? You've been talking non-stop since you were created. Jeez. You see, Roxy, we knew you could find her. Especially me. Not to boast, but my faith in your ability to revive the chap wasn't just some saccharine-friendly nonsense like it was for pretty much everyone else here. It was established in what is now highly focused understanding of my aspect as well as these radically magnifying feline instincts. Yes, good point if it's true that the feeling instincts is no empirical way to contribute to one's prognostic to alkali. Fair enough. But they really make it feel like my intuition has more credibility than it really deserves. And the cat portion of my being, this is good enough. Holy shit, I'm legitimately pleased with myself right now. Phillips, is this her, Roxy? Of course this is her. How, you beautiful creature. So, I think Rose and Jasper are talking back and forth to each other. That's confusing. What does that mean for doing the voice? Poor. Tyree as Jasper or Rose? I guess I'll just have it as a mix. Gosh, Roxy, she's a treasure. This skull absolutely exquisite, so smooth to touch and full of luster, so macabre, so sublimely exquisite. Quite the fetching artifact to keep propped up on such a smartly dressed pair of shoulders. Could you maybe stop pointing at her? It's creepy. The suit, spectacular, tailored yourself, I gather. You have no idea what burning desire I have to get hair on it, but don't worry, I won't. Oh my god, her eyes, perfect glass like priceless dolls. 'Tis a special friend you pulled from the dead. Roxy, thank you for sharing this gift with us. Chirp. You there, John Hot's mom. It wasn't a Freudian slip this time. I said deliberately. Kill me. We phantasmal keyfolk don't have much use for disguising the thoughts we think to be true in our minds, nor do we bother veil attraction to that which we find sexually appealing. Meow. These ideas I'm having, they're so interesting. Whereas this frame of reference has been all my life, calm me glad I'm dead. John's hot mom, did you know you killed me? Not the girl, the guy, I mean, you were twice capable in a way. The murder weapon was in your custody and bequeathed to you roundaboutly by yourself as an aged up ghostly granny woman. The palm of that gut crushing tome was the last thing I ever witnessed. Of course, the old woman herself was murdered by the accursed thing too, or so one could hardly blame her for pulling a few strings here and there, might find another victim. When a bedeviled joke opuses and is taken with certain individuals, it can be difficult to wrest them away from its favor. I'm starting to get sick of Jasper's Sprite. This is like the same level of Karaki. Look at me boring you all with elementary tome trivia everyone knows already. Why is this the kitten corner? The fact is John's hot mom one time you and your combo book made me a pussy pancake me. I suppose Roxy had a hand in it too, technically, though. It seems Mum had her blood to do well. Intended harm to the poor crew I used to be. It's okay though, because she makes up for it with the best funerals per the tree. Each one of my halves received one. I remember you so clearly in that desert as the life drained away in a mile through the shabby lost words of a rat-faced amateur. I clearly remember, in spite of what Nick showing that I still had the presence of mind to be overwhelmed by the sense of for how much you cared, and that gives me a warm emotion right now. It makes me want to poof up a little with friendliness. But these aren't the only memories of death I have, or the only memories of life I had for you. See, I've had many. Squaring these sprites is a marvelous thing. It opens you up. The cells become curiously multi-dimensional, concentrated. I recall the lives of many Rose lost and many Jaspers. Maybe more than 9. Not any of them man now, each chase their own laser pointers on their respective facilities, and now I'm all that is left of them. Nor does it matter to the task at hand for which we must prepare, does it? Hot Mum Crocker. What? For the bow ahead, we're still on healing duty. Didn't anyone tell you yet? No. The grand plan is simple. You jumpstart the cadavers by shoot you around. How's that sound? Cookie bits. Does it tickle your toe beans? Well, that sounds that plan of action secure. Maybe it's time you'd go away now. It was very well could be farewell transitorily. Perch up. Thank God. Oh, never mind. Shout Paul. Hello, Kanaya. Finally meeting you down here in this cave. This is to say a place I knew you went to. It scared here to visit you in order to find you. Rose, dear God, what happened? What hasn't happened? We've been through a lot, haven't we? All of us. Reality itself, really. Reality has been through so much and puts people through so much simultaneously. Yeah, reality can put you through a lot, but this is something else. Like the two of us, reality has put one version of another of you through so many things with one version or another of me. It's all been so sweet and stupid and silly and sad, hasn't it? You agree if you could remember, but after I watched your molecules come apart, I lay there dying in the great big neon skied little box. There was one thing that occurred to me I never got a chance to say to you. Nuzzle. Dave and Dirk. Surely this is where the pie is at. Couple cucumbers like you. See, Dirk knows what's up with the pie pants. I call them the cat's pajamas, if that phrase didn't literally describe my ensemble. They're just silent. Oh my. It feels like someone just dunked me in the chili tub. I have to try it first. Does it look like I'm in the mood for a forking bath? So this is it. The big reunion comes down to this then. A lot of awkward sitting around while we all gaze at my father's pretty legs. Boring. I'm a sprite on the second power, yet what do I find myself seeing here in the ancient skyscraper, and the true squares of the party? Pounce. Surprised Jade's unintelligent father, and greetings for his brand new entity which you are not familiar, and that bull troll sprite, I guess. Oh god, don't. Oh god. Is it gonna become a triple sprite? Is it gonna become a cube sprite? Oh, and hey, the last prototype kernel. There's sure a tantalizing tidbit worth acknowledging if I ever oogled one. Like a stray toy some it chased under the fridge. Are they gonna become more than cube though? What's after cube? Quintupled? Or quadtupled? Then read all that. Right, like a stray toy, it chased on the fridge. What? This is very happy. Oh, looks like you're both really bored too. Sorry to barge in on your weak time. Sniff you later. So it just occurred to me, no, I saw the green sprite and it's like the blinking light on those Ghostbuster traps reminding us all is an empty vessel in need of a lost soul. What? Wait, no, time out. Ridiculous cat rose. I have stood by silently agog at your shenanigans, but I can't let what fragrant piece of misinformation go by unchallenged. That's not how the ghost traps work. The lights blink after they catch a ghost. Oh, really? Yes. I just want to clear up before you carry on with more of your silly nonsense. Anyway, please continue. Thanks, Professor Nerd. I'm feeling a lot more knowledgeable about a fake thing now. Now about that sprite. One of you here is concerned with the resurrection of fallen friends. Sniff, sniff. Was it you? It was you, wasn't it? Regardless, you only have one left on this little pad with a vested interest in whatever deceased member of that particular legacy exhibit gets to rejoin us. And if my tally is correct, there are 4 torsos, but only 1 kernel. Risker said the kernel was supposed to be for our potential resurrection purposes. And so was yours. Risker? Who's this now? No, I can't say. The name clicks a word bow. In fact, it sounds very suspiciously like the name of someone who probably scampered off, leaving exactly the kind of moral dilemma to those of us who stay put. So who is it going to be? A priceless young wizard who wrote science through on, or a fishy young prince who never spoke once to Lande? And what about the other guy, the one that thought half dead only, or the girl who likes ships 'cause they make her less lonely? Mouse, sirs, what a mystery. Oh, jeez. But seriously, that's all for me tonight, folks. I sincerely adored hogging all your attention and being wonderful. Thrills into the night. What the hell? Yeah, she's just gone. Bring the pet back, isn't she? Oh my. I thought there was more than. There was a lot more choices for a second. Oh. Holy goddamn moly. Wow, 10 path options. Wait a minute. You click and click, but nothing happens. This part of selection seems to be broken. Looks like video got green overloaded the thing with choice, rendering the graphic up there completely useless, except you guess for a cool rollover thing for the first time ever in the over 9,000 page history of this website. You begin to feel slightly deceived. Oh wow, you love the taste of the free oil one last time before the wildlife dirts our bodies to a death stop. Alas, it is not to be. You proceed through all these options linearly one by one. You click the link below as usual. So yeah, none of these work, thank God. And hi God. So that was pretty fucking weird, huh? Yeah. That was your sister. So I guess she's with her dead cat or something. Dead cat. The bottom line is we turned our back for 2 seconds and a shenanigan happened. Pretty much business as usual. You got new things. At least that's how it rolls for us. I don't know about you guys here. No, yeah, it's pretty much true here too. Yeah, I turned my back once, never again. What happened? A muscular troll took my sprite. I then requested into merging him with my jackass pair of sunglasses. Alright, that guy. Yeah. So indeed. So pretty much the thing was saying, yeah, that's a conjunction of choice, it seems. Fuck. As you all pretty much showed up then. Yeah, pretty much. Like before I got back after the werewolf guy appeared and wait, what happened with that? It's like a whole story, man, mostly involving Vriska. Vriska, if you knew her, you know that that's all I have to say. You'd be like, oh, it's a Vriska thing. Okay, got it. Forget I asked. She brought you here too, actually. And jumped her ass in that window to go whatever crazy bullshit she thinks she needs getting done. Alright, her, then I guess stuff this session is pretty much sorted out. Finally shrug, maybe. And we're about to do battle, seems like it. Oh, are we? Ready for that? Kinda. Kaka made some drawings, so are you ready? I guess. I've got like a sword and short. Cool, me too. Yeah, I know. Mine's not that good. That's too bad. What type of sword? It's Welsh. I mean, probably fake Welsh. I'm not that sure. Mine's good. I no, it's Japanese. For real. No, I don't know. Probably fake Japanese. Fake Japanese, kind of like how anime probably takes place in some kind of fake Japanese universe. Something like that. That's cool. Tough getting a sword from a place like that. Yeah. So when are you supposed to fight? God, I hope soon. Ha. Yeah, it's still working. We're just going in order. I love how it's like, here's the choice thing that doesn't even matter. Every time. Oh, okay. Now that little episode seems to be over. Roxy, maybe you can introduce us to your friend for real this time. Rose, I think you can come out from under the pillow now. No. Yes, sir. So the hilarious Cheshire Cat Rose already pointed out. This is my friend from the dead cat, and she's super pretty. She was my web friend online for a long time, and Jane's too. Jane, you just saw her, but she is alive. Again, alive and everything. Hi, so good to see you again. Yes, likewise, Jane. And without your persona, no less. This is your true form, I presume. I think both Roxy and the enthusiastic cat are correct. Your natural appearance is quite handsome. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to apply to such remarks. Maybe it's because I can't bring myself to agree, no matter how nice it is for you to say so. I hear taking compliments can be kind of hard sometimes. Like it's a weird subject for you. Well, we can lay off. Kai, you're surrounded by ass kisses. You should allow me to lick your face so I can make an objective determination. Damn it, Terezi. It's the only way we'll know for sure. Though, if I'm being honest, you smell pretty ugly from where I'm standing. Oh my god, you're terrible. Please, John, I didn't mean that in a non-flattering way. I think having a skull for a head is pretty sick. If given the choice, I might rock the look myself, but I wouldn't stand for a bunch of cloying weenies sitting around me calling me pretty. If that's how people reacted, what would you even be the point of looking like a bar skulker in the first place? Okay, I guess you're that is your opinion on that then. Thanks for sharing, Teresi. Don't listen to her, Kai. She's a weirdo. So anyway, regardless of how you feel about yourself or whatever thing a troll may have to say, I think you're very cute. Even though you look a lot like your terrible brother, the fact that you're nice inside makes a huge difference. I think that when you're really a good person deep down instead of an evil jerk, the skull monster look becomes a lot more charming. Wow, thank you. You met my brother? Yeah, he's garbage. I'm really sorry you had to grow up with him. Me too. I roughed him up a bit, so it's all good. Ripped up his cape pretty good too. He has a cape now. Not anymore. Hey, look, there it is. Heh, nice. What? The ring. I helped track it down through time for Roxy so she could give it to you. It's so cool to see that works. Yes, I feel so much more substantial now. You must be a really good friend to her for her to want to bring you back so much. Yes, she's a good friend as I could ever hope for, but then since you help, I suppose I owe you just as much gratitude, don't I? Nah, not really. I had to save the ring anyway. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Give it to her since she was so worried about you. It should be a nice thing that is between her and you. I'm just a middleman. Okay. Anyway, it's really nice to meet the person who finally gets to wear the highly towered ghost ring. It probably means you're pretty special to end up with it. What do you think you'll do with your life now that you're alive and free from your jerky bro? Oh, wow. I hadn't thought about it. The idea is overwhelming, really. Oh, don't sweat. You have a lot of time to figure out. That's the kind of the point of life, right? To take a lot of time floundering around figuring stuff out. The answer will come to you eventually. You should just try and have fun. Yo, Chalk Grouch John is nice again. It's fucking me up. I know. It's disgusting. Excuse me. Kai, what happened after I woke up? We all following the mysterious path. Did you and Jay discover where that led? Yes, I met my other self. Oh, so you found her then? Indeed, or more likely the timing of the first ring was right. Perhaps she sensed me in some way and untangled a path through the darkness. In other words, it feels though I was summoned rather than being the one to find her. She seemed tremendously powerful. She also quite frightening. Frightening? Not that I think she is dangerous or has ill intent. My impression was much to the contrary. Still, while speaking to her, I can't remember ever feeling so nervous. Even my brother made me feel that way. Her demeanor was so severe and chilling, and so unlike mine, I think. Maybe that's why you felt it, seeing a version of you that wasn't like you at all. Maybe. So, what happened? Not much. My presence there essentially freed her from that place according to a pact she made with the kin there. She and Jade then left to do what I do not know. That's when Roxy found me. So you're only there to release her? Are you sure there isn't something important for you to do now? Now that you're alive with us? I doubt. For one thing, I have virtually no useful abilities. I don't mean to badger you, I'm just wondering how you fit into all this. Getting to wear one of a kind ring and returning to join a group about to wage a pivotal battle that strikes me as the profile of someone meant to do something important. What do you think you'll do? Maybe it doesn't have to work that way though. What if those are just the facts about which led her to come back to life, but they don't have to mean anything other than that, like anything about having to do some huge fancy thing? I guess so. First, Dave tells me human beings don't have arcs, and now you're telling me the combination of epic doesn't require the Sonic archetype to return from the dead, thereby providing the key to Arion's salvation. I wonder what stay and time tested narrative construct Jade is going to debunk whenever she wakes up. Maybe she will lay waste to the notion of endgame ships. Cockhat won't be happy about that. Huh? Okay, I don't know what stuff you're going on about there, but I don't think should feel like she has to do anything she doesn't want to do. I think the truth is I won't be doing much of anything. My other half told me as much. Her advice was just live, and this is a version of us for whom there's actual possibility. She's the only one who's doing important things. How so? She didn't say. Isn't that just how it always is with alt selves? So cryptic. Hey guys, it's been cool having you all meet Callie and such, but do you think she and I could have a moment alone? Got some stuff I want to talk about. Oh, that does. Put them in red once I completed them. Interesting. Back to mature Vriska. Well, I guess brackets Vriska? I gotta say, I really turned around on horses. What? Horses, I used to hate them, remember? I developed this weird superstition about them, about how they curse or something, and when they're around, they can only lead to bad things happening. Don't you remember how I was going on and on about them a while ago at the amusement park? Oh, guess so. But we're hanging out around them for a while now, and everything's been fine, more than fine actually. So yeah, horses are okay in my book. What do you think, Mina? About what? Horses. They're okay. Kind of dumb and smelly. Be making like forked up sounds out of their big ass snouts and floppy limbs. Yeah, reminds me of a weird sound that used to come from my neighborhood hive at weird hours of the night. The fork? Don't even ask because I don't know. Scoot. So enough about stupid animals whose presence have no rational explanation anyway. What do you want to do today? Today? Yeah, there is no today. You know what I mean. With the ambiguous time frame that could usually correlate with a single rotation of a planet. Any ideas? Nah, come on. We can't just spend all our days hanging out in this idyllic, bizarrely planned cliffscape with all these stinking idiot quadrupeds. We should go exploring some more bubbles. We explored an awful lot already. Ain't they sort of all the same by now? I mean, roughly speaking, yeah, they're all arbitrary memory collages, I guess. But there's always something new to see every time. Whose ridiculous memory will you visit next? Like some naive version of Kanaya who became a god in some ludicrous version of our session? Or maybe a version of Dawn who never even played the game at all. Maybe he went outside to look for a game and his father was just backed him over him with his car. Or what about your friends? They're always fun. Like Nepez ancestor, the deaf one, she's a riot. Plus, she has a fascinating dark history with her memories always seem to hint at. And introduce your clone. I know you have a great time whenever you get the chance to earn them. So what do you say? I don't know. But you seem kind of bored. If you're bored, doesn't make sense to get out, then try to have fun? Not really. But why? Because it doesn't sound that fun. Just sounds like the same show as always. Like, exactly like dreams. Dreams? They are dream barbers after all. Yeah, but I don't. Dreams are also like a crazy fantasy ride full of fake short that makes no sense. It's a great time in theory. I guess when you're young it's fun. Maybe you look forward to sleeping to see the great Mr. Sand Clam has in store for you next. Sand Clam, like Sandman. But after sweeps and sweeps of dreaming, you get used to it. It's just the same bogus crowd. Your stupid brain is just shuffling and serving you again and again. it does get boring after a while being dead. So eventually you just want even true death. It's just a different version of mortality. It's like in the good place, they get bored of heaven because it's heaven so perfect that my life's just always fun. It's no longer fun. So having a sense of finality at least means you have a choice. And safe to say, I like to choose my death rather than having it forced upon me. But anyway, so you stop paying attention and just ride out your sleep. Then get back to business in the real world like a legit person with cool plans. Huh? I don't think I've had the same experiences, honestly. Sounds like kind of a bummer to look at dreaming that way. I just like dreaming, I mean, unless they are awful dreams, which was fairly often. I never say I really got bored of them. Yeah, well, you're a bit younger than me. Am I? Yeah, I guess so. I never thought about it. And again, we usually we sort of get used to being around people younger than us for like much younger, or at least I'd have to if I was actually alive. Because they live thousands and thousands. Barry on Earth is like lucky to get that far. Even the other high bloods probably only lives like a few thousand, like maybe 10,000. But for future, it's like 100,000. So even the oldest of like even the blood below, like the prince, oldest prince probably only be like 10,000 something. I guess you're right about that too. That's pretty fucked up to think about actually. That if you were alive you had to deal with existing really forever. Almost as fucked up as the fact you have to exist nearly forever while dead too. Hey, are you okay? Yep. You seem really down. No, I'm cool. Are you sure? Meh. Maybe not. Don't matter. What's wrong? Nothing. You know we can talk to me, right? Yes, so tell me. Oh, what's wrong? I'd tell you if I knew. Are you depressed? Shrug. It doesn't sound to me that... It sounds to me like you may be depressed about something. Or just in general. I don't know. Damn Friska. Hey, it's okay to be depressed. I think just because you're dead, that doesn't necessarily let you off the hook from having psychological problems. I'm pretty sure I proved that to myself on more than one occasion already. Yeah, so talk to me. Maybe I can help you. Yeah, what's the big deal? I don't want to sign me, but I'm not good at like talking about me. That's all you ever talk about. I mean, in a non-aggrandizing way. Oh, cough. Wait, non-brackets. Hey, Olive Risker. Sorry if I'm interrupting whatever the fuck is going on here, but I'm afraid I'm going to need that treasure. Hey, hope you don't mind I pulled you off to the side like this, away from the other nice pals for a little one-on-one rocks and cow time. I might be greedy as short. I don't mind at all. I'm still getting used to the concept of in-person socialization now, alone with many people. And yes, you may be greedy, but if so, then so am I by the exact same standard. Fork, yes, like a couple of friendship burglars picking each other's pockets all shifty-eyed and looking for cops. But also giggling, I guess, because that is in the spirit of the scenario in question. Yes, I can't believe you're really here. It hardly seems real after all these years and how you were just like a mystery friend online, and then how I worried we might lose you for good, but now, wow. I know. So you and Jane and Jade were hanging out. Yes, it was great. We drew and told stories. I heard you died, so I was holding out some hope that you would show up to, and you did eventually. Just not the version of you I expected. I never dared to think you would bring me this gift. I swore I would, and John kind of double swore he would help. Damn, the kid is persistent. I like him. He's easy to talk with. Yeah. I read about him, of course. The reality of someone standing in front of you is quite different from what you read about them in the text. But then I have no idea how accurate anything I read is anymore. I always believed I was in possession of the text which decoded your future, and I behaved towards all you in that sly and knowingly manner, avoiding spoilers and such. That was probably presumptuous of me, though. In hindsight, I clearly didn't know that much. I certainly didn't read anything about my own involvement. I never could have imagined being here. You were still helpful, though. You were the force in our lives that gave us hope that we could all get together someday. Going down that road has been crazy and by no means a smooth one. I lose count of all the times it looked like everything was about to break or catch fire, or actually did break and catch fire, resulting in loads of dismay. But when you look back, every time things went to short, there was always something constructive about that turn of events, something that was necessary for the good outcome to happen at all. So when for something stupid happens, like some a-hole gets a bonehead idea of stealing and everyone dies horribly at the time, you think you're just gonna curl up and cry yourself into weepy non-existence. maybe those aren't even bad realities. Maybe they are as important as any, and so they are all the experiences you had in them, and you are the experiences of everyone who died, because you don't just get to say your experiences are more important or significant just because you happen to be someone who survived longer. That's what I'm saying is, I'm grateful you let me go on this adventure, and not even in spite of the hardship involved. I just had a little time to think about in the Firefly Nothing space. I think all of it was good. No path is the wrong path. No matter what choices, it's always right. You should be proud of what you did. Doesn't matter if you're a version of yourself that lived less or more time. In the end, you just gotta be happy with your existence. I'm happy that I could play such a role in your lives. I don't know if I deserve much credit for these positive revelations about your journey, though. You are the ones who've been on the adventure. I've barely taken my first step. I spent all my life in my room, and then every moment in the afterlife cowering in fear. It's only now that true participation is even a possibility, but even so, I really doubt I have much to offer. By herself, who I just released, I think she is poised to do something much more significant. What do you think she'll do? I have no clue. But she told you to live right, yes. By which I can only assume she meant you live it up, girl. Like, go shopping or something, or rocket down the highway in a convertible with cash flying out the back. That is not the sort of sentiment I can imagine coming from her under any circumstance. But yes, maybe something to the effect of encouraging me to enjoy my existence as communicated by a more typical, truly asocial member of my species. Really, what I took from it was she is the real one with all the power and relevance now, and I am the spare, a civilian in a sense, like in a war, and the only use of civilians from a militaristic mindset are those who live their lives in whatever completely irrelevant way they choose to. They are the corral at stake, the ones whom the war is directly fought, but though whose lifespans, choices, happiness, and such hold no concern for those fighting on their behalf. I think in the mindset of cherubs, her alignments as protectors is the relationship they were brought with those they protect. And so that probably the relationship she believes she has with me. And another thing to say out of the reading, who lives, who dies, who tells us story. Now I'm quoting goddamn Hamilton. I don't think people are irrelevant as they may seem to think. Everyone's life is important. But if you do nothing special, then you are kind of just making it irrelevant by doing nothing. Do something. Or at least try, because it's better than not doing anything at all. Accepting a cold fate. And I want to live my life. And so far, my choice has been tell my own story, as weird and crazy as it seems, is mine. And it's important to me, at the very least, if no one else. You make it sound like she's the legit Callie and you are the afterthought, like one from a funky reality that didn't go right. Technically, her timeline was doomed by her predomination alone. Even so, yes, it does feel as though my reality was the oddity. Cherubs were never supposed to grow up like me, exposed to other chaotic people and learning from them. It makes me different and unfit to predominate, and yet, ironically, this was the requisite for timeline success. And it was necessary for you to begin your journey as well. So this seems like an example of what I was just saying actually, the story of the two Callies. Neither is really more important, and your timelines can't be described as the good or the bad one. They were good and bad things about both ways stuff went down and different qualities to the people you become. Her life sounds like it was harsh and lonely in its own way, but it sort of paid off because she got to beat her brother, but then got arbitrarily punished for that outcome because it wasn't supposed to happen. And then finally you meet her and free her or something so she can presumably get to go off and do something badass. And there's you, who had probably an even more challenging upbringing, getting so hassled by your bro, and he killed you, I guess, because the way the deck was shuffled, he had the edge this time. But the upshot was you got to have all these great friends who cared about you and helped you become the nice person you are, who mean so lot to other people, and now you get to live whatever kind of life you want and be completely free from all the crummy stuff you grew up with. Who cares if you aren't as strong as her or don't have the wicked powers she does or something, some important mission to do? You both come perfectly legitimate realities, and in my humble opinion, you are both equally valuable, and both of those realities seem to be tied together. She can't do a mysterious badass thing unless you make it all the way through your journey and free her. And your AI was the thing setting the stage for this huge multiversal vortex of problems which, after a cajillion fucking epochs, she was meant to resolve in some way. And that doesn't mean your life was like a means to an end in a big cosmic sense. I think it's more like you are the end or one of the ends. You and me and everyone who made it and everyone who didn't. So that means you don't have to be able to do a lot of super special short to validate your identity as the real version of yourself. The only validation you need is being who you are, because no one can be that person but you. Exactly. I agree with Roxy. They are equal. No one is greater. And no one is greater than another. We are all, you know, equals. Anyway, before I continue, I'm gonna quickly go AFK, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, let's continue. Those are very inspiring things to hear, Roxy. I hope you're alright. But even so, I think I would still like to be useful. You can help me out. How? I know you aren't a god tier or anything, or probably never did much to get in touch with your aspect, but maybe that doesn't matter. You are space, right? Yes, the music space. Sounds cool. It is cool, I think. Especially having seen what I could have been. No, but that potential has to be inside you somewhere. Actually, it's one reason why I wanted to be with me here for a while, aside from catch up a bit. What do you need me to do? Nothing, really. Just be here with me while I try this. I don't know why but I feel like your presence will help. If nothing else, I'll just like having you here. Makes me feel better about trying to focus on this weird little chore. But do you think my aspect is relevant? Maybe. I think space is related to this in some abstract way I can't put my finger on. I gotta make this egg, you see. Space in the void. Probably more interconnected than one may think. But it isn't really just an egg. It's this hella complicated egg in both its biological design and everything it represents for a future entire civilization. I don't have the genetic or chemical molecular blueprints for anything. I have to figure out using just thought, just like ideas that are really basic, could live in this primordial sort of consciousness. So I have to build the idea of this egg in some way before I do anything, which means trying to grasp its reality and what it represents. It's like a funky little construct of biological propagation, and I think that intersects with the nature of space, at least as we come to understand it. Propagation of space is really just some profound cosmological feat of reproduction. Is it a literal biological process, right? Pretty much. So to make this egg as a rogue avoid, what I'm really doing here is something kind of sane. You told me once how I'd be able to do this crazy short. I did. It'll be like probing nothingness for an idea. A pretty complicated idea in this case. And pulling that idea from unreality. So maybe if I'm right, and a closer connection to the nature of space will help me locate the idea, almost like standing next to an antenna that boosts the signal of that idea. Maybe my chances would be better. And hey, even if they're not, it's just nice to have a friend nearby while you try to do something hard. What do you think they're talking about over there? I suspect Roxy wanted to catch up with an old friend. I'm sure I would want the same if I hadn't just had an extensive union with her myself. Yeah, I guess we should just chill and give them a moment. It isn't quite time to head our battle stations yet, so we might as well try to relax until it is. I imagine it's got a lot easier to relax when another version of yourself hasn't been hijacked by your dead cat. Yeah, it probably is. Maybe you should try not to let her bug you, Rose. She seems harmless enough. Plus, she's pretty fine. I was kind of on the opposite page. Jasperos is kind of annoying. But at least not as much as Red Carcat couldn't rack you. Sounds suspiciously like the advice of someone who's never had to deal with an outlandish alternate version of himself. I have bumped into other Johns a few times. Can't say the experience has been anything other than perfectly agreeable. You mean Johns are essentially time duplicates in the course of your wreck conquest? Yes, that doesn't count. Those were just regular Johns. What I'm saying is you never had to deal with the John who was like half Harry Anderson and half Maplehoof, the deer, the pied pony. Well, that sounds great. Come to think of it, you're the only one of us who hasn't. I mean, our original group of friends. Dave had Bird Dave. Jade had Dog Jade. And now I have Shutter Cat Rose. Why were you let off the hook? I don't know, I guess you guys are just luckier than me. Even putting aside the widely out unwelcome body horror slapsticks routine she represents, and the machine gun's salvo of opprobrious remarks and conduct which my cat apparently is capable of releasing from my subconscious. I'm not sure where this leaves me. What you mean? I felt like I understood my place. I got myself in order somewhat. My beverage decisions had gotten more reasonable. I was ready to bed down and play my part in finishing this. I could even handle a stray rose sprite brought to my doorstep by my sweet imbecile pet ear. Though I was still clearly Rose Prime. But can I really claim that now she's a sprite squared? How's that even a thing? Can someone tell me how it's even a thing? I can't tell you how it's even a thing. I think we're all just as flabbergasted as you at thingness. what's next? Is there gonna be a Sprite cube, or I had the same thought earlier. Let's not even entertain that avenue of thought. The point is, she's be quite powerful, insightful, inspired. The beast she rents headspace onto, intelligent as well. Doesn't she already have more claim to being the real Rose than I do? Would it be theoretically possible for it to go infinitely? Oh, Jesus Christ, what would that even mean? Because if it lives long enough, because they may be able to live for never ending, as long as they're not a doomed version of themselves. So yeah, it's theoretically possible. Infinite. Jeez. I don't think being the real Rose necessarily means the one who is outgoing and shy and powerful and stuff. I'm not sure if it means anything. I think we should try to drop that stuff about who the real version of who anyway. It's weird and it just hurts people's feelings. I agree with John. Everyone's the real version of themselves, no matter which version. Versions shouldn't play factors. The most it should be useful is like, oh, here's Pirate John, here's Tech John, I don't know. Just basic descriptors when it needs to differentiate, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just an easy way to differentiate, but that's just a surface level differentiation. Because people aren't just pirate or tech guy or whatever, there's so much more than that. But anyway, I don't care if my feelings are hurt, though. I just want to know where I stand. I really don't think she is that threatening to you. Believe me, you still seem like the Rose I always knew, whereas she doesn't quite. It seems to me she is a lot more interested in having fun and zipping around like a silly lunatic than usurping you as the main Rose. Sure, that's what she wants you to think. But why do you care? I thought I heard the Rose say before she was a cat that she liked the idea of being some sort of backup Rose. Do you not feel that way too? That was a different context. I probably would have felt the same way if I found myself in an exact situation. Jasper changes everything though. Now I feel a certain responsibility, like I have to really step up. Step up? Yes, to make sure I'm regarded as the exemplary model, to prove assurance that the concept of Roseness itself doesn't degrade due to the black mark capellas of substandard shore. Basically, I need to defend the integrity of the brand. Haha, oh my god. What? Nothing. I just miss you so much. Don't worry, Rose. You are Rose. You are Rosa, Rosa. Rosa. I'm just now thinking of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine skit. It's like Captain Holt, Terry, and Rosa. Man. My brand missed you too, John. Your brand has good taste in friends and cakes. Oh, it's nuts. Hey, how do you think Kanai and Kaka are doing? They're probably getting a stern earful of roaring monster preachers right about now. Do you think they'll be successful at what? At talking to a monster? I don't know. I think Carcat will successfully fail to understand the monster and possibly also successfully shout the monster. Kai, I think, will probably successfully do something sensible in response to what the monster demands. So, you think they're going to pull off then? I'm still not sure what it is, but yes. The idea was to release the frog, I think. You think so? That's what Vriska said. Vriska says a lot of things. The basic ideas, yes, but monsters can be complicated. Regardless, I think the right person was summoned to handle it. You really trust Kanaya, don't you? Sure. Not to change the subject too hard into something maybe you don't want to talk about because of your brand, but I think you make a nice couple. You do? Yes, I thought so last time I was hanging out with you both in the screwed up timeline, but didn't say anything then. I think it's still true. I'm glad it didn't change when I retconned some things. I am too. Maybe that means it's a strong relationship. It can survive God, whatever the hell happened. A hard 3-year reboot and then the son president of Riska. When you put it like that, it really sounds like you are trying to focus up. Nuts. Terezi, shh. What? I just be minding my own business and in no way whatsoever saying anything directed at a couple of silly nerds about talky things. No, you said nerds twice. You always say nerds when in earshot of people who are just being friendly. It's kind of weird how you are making this observation no one else is. What? No. Maybe, meaning maybe I only say it when pair nerds in earshots happen to include you. Ack. What was that look? What look? The look you just gave me. I didn't give you a look, dingus. Yes, you did. Don't look at me like that. I have a... You think I gave you... It was your imagination. It was possibly you may be flattering yourself, Egbert. Okay, whatever. Hey. Why are you even still doing here? Weren't you going to go with Dave and get ready for battle? Yes, I'm just giving him and his bro some time to themselves first. I'm sure they could use it. How is going on between them? Last thing I want to do is involve myself. That sounds even more awkward than lingering around, you goofy bunch of nerds, being all cute and mushy with your human family and friendship stuff. Yeah, you sure sound put off by it, or hang around on every word and such. It takes a will of iron, trust me. Huh, yeah. But yeah, I do agree. It does sound pretty awkward to be around Dave and his bro while they get to know each other, I guess. Yup. I'm not sure how well Dave really knew his adult bro actually. Aside from bogusly idolizing him in a way that was really transparent that he didn't. I wonder I wonder how different Dirk is from him, if at all. I won't be the one to ask. What do you think, Rose? I don't think there's anyone who could answer that. I suspect literally no one in the history of anyone has ever met both people until, as of now, Dave himself. I hope Dave's okay. And funny enough, I think, yes, 150, because 750, about 7,550. Yes, funny enough, perfectly at the halfway point. Done 5 of the stories, 5 to go. But that can be for another time. Meaning, I can actually do Yakuza tomorrow. Hooray! I really didn't expect I'd be able to do Yakuza. Wow. Anyway, guess that's that though for today. That's the reading. I'm actually surprised I covered 150 pages in a relatively short time span. Only like 2.5 hours. Wow. Yeah, and it has been short at times, but that last one, for whatever reason, the last 150 was like a goddamn nightmare. I hope it's not like an alternating pattern where one's like nightmarish and then some days it's like chill. I guess I'll find out. All I know is at least I'm on track for, if I'm sticking to 150, 3 sessions left till the end. I am in the end game. And eventually I'll be like having victory sirens or something, I don't know. Anyway, that'll be it. No, nothing more for today. No extra pages, no nothing, because it's already been a long day. And sorry the stream was technically late. Sorry for. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that'll be it till tomorrow, which will be Yakuza, yay! And Felina. But I actually get to do Yakuza tomorrow. Anyway, no. Yes, proper outro, so, thanks for watching. Thanks if you, follow, subscribe. Thanks to members, and yeah, I'll be it till tomorrow. Yeah. More stuff for tomorrow. More stuff. Playing a hero and actual Yakuza. It might start a little bit later, but not as late as this, hopefully. If it does, Jesus. So, but hopefully it should start earlier. Anyway, though I won't keep babbling. That'll be it. So peace, thank you, and goodbye.